to benefit, not just as a user, as a supplier. So we really hope that with these initiatives, we will have SMEs to be able to contribute and also to gain from the initiatives. So with that, thank you very much.
With the increase of internet speed and broadband, there's a term which comes across very often nowadays in the media, which is called cloud computing. I would like to get your views and opinion. Do you think cloud computing is something which could be adopted to a great extent in Malaysia? If your answer is yes, who do you think would be the early adopters of cloud computing in Malaysia? Thank you.
Critical, whereas more critical use, such as office applications or key applications for SMEs, back to your point before, will probably require a bit more maturity in us building up LTE networks, and probably also a bit more coverage in higher capacity before you will see it pick up for real. But in my view, there's no doubt we'll definitely see it. And who will be the early adopters? I think it will be content providers that will use this for non-critical type of applications initially, and then there will be advanced SMEs that will use this to lower their cost structure and get access to the best of breed type of applications. Companies that can live with sort of standard type of software. I think when I finished my master thesis way back, I actually wrote about sort of application service provisioning at the time for a Danish software company that was later bought up acquired by Microsoft. At that time, that was the key topic. It didn't quite take off as fast as I thought. So it's still difficult. I haven't seen it for real take off, but I have absolutely no doubt that it will. And I think those will be key. Advanced SMEs, but before that, consumer type of use.
Internet speeds would actually be the key determinant. Okay, the concept is not new. Okay? In the late 90s, we were talking about thin client. Okay, wow. As I think they were to come because we were still stuck on ISDN and narrowband there. And who would use it? I think by and large, we were looking at horizontal users, meaning people do BPO type of work, we call human HR sort of applications. They will be the first to go because that's quite simple. But as you get into more complex systems with SAP type of applications, then it gets a bit more tricky because then you really need to build a process around the usage of the system. Okay, so banks will probably won't be the first to use it, that's for sure. Okay, because you guys are too complex. Okay, try to make money out of us. Okay, so but you'll see that coming a lot more. Okay, because Amazon.com type of applications are already on computer. Microsoft emails today are already on cloud. Okay, so more and more of these simple, straight up, two-dimensional you-want applications, they will be the first.
The vendor. We found that in any adoption of technology or hardware, software, it is normally driven by the major vendor. So I think if it is used by the larger companies and if it offers the benefit of lower solutions to the SMEs, certainly I think they will take it up. On the part of SME Corp, we have been also trying to bring across to the SMEs the concept of cloud computing so that they're aware. So that when the time is right, they will pick it up. But normally it is driven by the business. If it is something that they need to adopt in order to get into, say, a network or a supply chain, they will do it. Because I think they're quite smart. I think that is why you have many of the SMEs here being quite successful.
The tariffing or the packages that is being offered, so all these three comes into play for something like cloud computing to actually take it up. Right, so any questions, any other questions?
We are trying to establish the health metropolis, which is a multi multi-million-dollar project by the government. So this project could be of interest to the EU investors in the health sectors. So with this project, I think one application of ICT could be telemedicine, right? So telemedicine, I wonder if with the current status of the internet or the broadband fiber optics, is it sufficient to support the telemedicine technology? This is my question. Thank you.
It gets sent to them by the other hospitals such as Shremban and a few other surrounding hospitals. Because today doctors don't read plain X-ray. Okay, the radiologists don't read plain X-rays simply because they've got far too many intervention X-rays to look at. So even today, as you speak, the speeds that we have today is adequate, okay, to support. Because with compression technology, GE tells us that you will need probably about a 2 meg line will be more than adequate for you to actually transmit and call contact fast enough for the reader to actually read that. Okay, so, but obviously, if you have a 100 meg line, it's a lot more better. But minimum 2 meg is adequate.
My question is, what are the efforts that the government and the industry are adopting to address cybersecurity? Thank you.
Yes, we are constantly communicating with the licensees, the service providers. One example is the cellular service providers. What we have put in place is mandatory standards on content. So when you look at the mandatory standards, it will define what is considered to be spam or scam and all these things, and what is considered to be their responsibility to stop all these things from going through their network and to be received by the users themselves. We have actually investigated a lot of cases, and those cases which we have found that they have actually done an offense, we have also compounded them, and you can also see how many of these cases we put it up on our website. But there's this saying that you need a group to catch another group. So we also have to think how these people can actually go through the gateways, because once the service providers have already put into place the so-called control barriers, some of this still goes through. But as I said, we are constantly in discussion. So with the service providers, whether the telcos are one, because there's a lot of scams and so spams that is going through the cellular network. The other one is through the internet that is can also be accessed via the wired infrastructure as well. So I hope I'm answering that question.
Email side, we're not so much sort of in control. Obviously, we are partnering up with antivirus and spyware type of software companies and offering that, making that available to our customers in addition to putting in the control mechanisms in the network as much as we can. But on the internet itself, it's a bit difficult for us to do much more than that. So that's I think it's primarily on the consumer side that you'll see us also offering making that available, and not just for antivirus, scan, also spyware, but also child safety is an area that we use exactly that same software to make sure that the digital lifestyle is also a safe and good experience for everybody in Malaysia.
Right, thank you. So with that, I would like to call. We also heard from the angle of a service provider, DIGI, and so we also heard from the government, from PEMANDU side, on the actual details and initiatives of the CCI. I hope this session gives a lot of benefit. Thank you very much.